We are on the Hal Rogers Parkway, which is shut down at this time. As he quickly got onto his bike and circled around behind the store to safety. But I love the music, you love the music.
You're getting it.
I'm sure am. But the folks I spoke with here today say that this is what it looks like with our car parked right in front of the slide. We are about 4 miles from the end. The blisters are rough. Their landlord entered the store just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, stabbed in the stomach. This pizza shop here behind me is just one of them to clean up fuel that spilled after a tanker accident on the Hal Rogers Parkway. The accident happened just before 3 o'clock here on the Hal Rogers Parkway between the Manchester and Big Creek exits. Police say a pickup truck crossed the center line and hit a fuel tanker head on. The explosion that followed killed the drivers of both vehicles, and at this time it is believed that those two drivers were the only people in the vehicles at the time of the crash. The fire then burned for nearly an hour before crews were able to get on the scene. The coroner is still here as we speak, and several families in this area were asked to evacuate their homes right at the time of the explosion, but I understand those families are now back, that the scene has settled down here at the moment. And of course, we are on the Hal Rogers Parkway, which is shut down at this time. Reporting in Clay County, I'm Dara Rees. Now back to you.
Dara, that is a terrible looking scene there on the Hal Rogers Parkway. How long do they expect it'll be shut down?
We are told that it should be several hours before this road is opened back up. They are rerouting traffic, but I'm told the best bet is just to avoid the Hal Rogers Parkway at this time, if it's at all possible. Judge Executive Charles Hardin declared a state of emergency here in Magoffin County last night when it became clear that flooding would be a problem. And as you can see, this pizza shop here behind me is just one of the many businesses and homes facing the flood. A boat ride was the only way out for at least 12 families in the Royalton area of the county.
In a disaster, in emergency, you take care of everybody that needs help, and that's just the way we do in Magoffin County.
As for Roma Prater, she left a lot behind.
I bought my first house yesterday on land contract, signed down payment, and I've lost it. First home in 41 years that I ever owned, and it's gone.
Officials say the water has crested in this area, covering cars and mailboxes. But on its way out, it could cause more damage elsewhere.
Now that water is coming down toward the city of Salyersville. As it begins to go down in one end, it will begin to rise more in the other parts of the county.
Hardin says the recently constructed cut-through will help save many areas in Salyersville, but by no means will it alleviate the flooding problems across the county. Some say the rescues of lives and other valuables could continue for days.
God must have something better in store. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm here, my kids are here, and I'm alive.
We're going to work till the crisis is over.
By day 3, trips to the medical tent were inevitable, and lunch couldn't come fast enough.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's amazing to see 3,500 women join together for a cause.
As the miles stretched on, family and friends gathered at cheering stations to help the time speed by.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, like when you see people on the streets, you know, standing there clapping and stuff, and I even get choked up on, you know, with that.
It's wonderful. It's awesome. It's a lot of stubborn women that are going to do it,
including Wendy.
I'm walking for my Aunt Betty Gillespie, who is terminal with breast cancer.
Wendy spent a night in the hospital after injuring her foot on the second day. But you're going to cross that finish line, right?
I am going to cross the finish line. I am going to walk the last quarter mile on my crutches.
We are about 4 miles from the end. The blisters are rough, but we are ready to do it. It's going to be great. Crossing the finish line was unforgettable as 3,500 of your new best friends cheered you on. At the closing ceremony, every walker raised one shoe to honor the breast cancer survivors in pink that walked the 60 miles. Floodwaters gutted Rusaw Elementary back in May. The principal says what was salvaged from the school could have fit in a pickup truck. And today was a day he thought would never come.
We're kind of like a new school.
They say the school is better than before, something teachers once thought was impossible.
Practically nothing in the building now was here last year. Everything in this school was wiped out, ruined.
It looked like a big, huge warehouse. They had ripped everything out. The only thing I think standing were the posts, the concrete walls.
About 4 feet of water filled the school, leaving inches of mud on everything in its path.
When the flood first occurred, no. We were so scared that they were going to close us down because we were a small school.
I was really concerned that maybe Rousseau Elementary might have reached its end.
Desks and school supplies were borrowed and donated from every corner of the state. And in less than 3 months, the staff worked around the clock to piece together their school.
All summer long, you kept wondering, will they get it ready on time? What am I going to work with when I get there?
I was just so pleased that they were able to come back here, kind of get them back into things that are normal to them.
Teachers say many students are still dealing with flood damage in their own homes.
It just means the world to the community that our school is still here.
It's so important to everyone that we have our own little corner of the world where we can learn and take pride in.
There is still more work to be done. Principal McIntosh says Rousseau will be state-of-the-art when it is complete, with smart boards in every room and a new computer lab. School officials are planning an open house in a few weeks for parents and the community to check out the new school. In the WYMT newsroom, I'm Dara Rees. Kimberly, back to you.